Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video where today we return once more to Monza. Yes, this time around we're here for the F4 series on iRacing. Luckily, I did get a little bit worried when I saw we were also here at Monza. I was hoping they're not going to follow the same calendar throughout the entirety of the championship. Luckily, that is not the case. It is just a fortunate coincidence, of course, the Italian Grand Prix last weekend. But of course, if you're new around here, please do make sure you leave a like and get yourself subscribed for more iRacing content. I'm trying to record this a different way today, so let me know sort of if you notice any difference in the graphics or any issues like that. Hopefully I'll sort of spot them in the edit if there is anything there. But yeah, get yourself subscribed for more iRacing content. Let's get into it then. 20-minute F4 race, sorry. But first of all, we've got to try and get a good lap down in quali. That's alright actually, I suppose. 154.19 there. Had to be a bit cheeky on the run out towards the line because I was worried. I mean, even then, if we'd just done a little bit more, we could have been ahead of Bjorn there. But yeah, 4th place at the moment. I'm sure we'll see a lot of cars go a bit quicker. Quite a wide open SOF for this one. You know, an early race this morning. 2.2k SOF average, but we've got guys up around the 4k range. But yeah, I mean, a decent lap, we'll take it. Well, here we are then on the grid, ready for, I think, my first ever race in the IR04 here on iRacing. We've channeled our runner Oscar Piastri with the paint scheme as well, and I'm hoping you can just dump the throttle like you can in the F3 car. Braking points and things like that are pretty similar. It doesn't actually feel that different to the F3, but it is going to be about 11 laps ahead of us here today. But ready on the grid then once more at the Temple of Speed.
27 Celsius. Be ready, we're about to go green.
There we go, lights out, and away we go. Fairly clean starters again. It would just be trying to keep it tidy down towards turn 1. I think the slipstream even more important in these than it is in the F3 car, but we're just going to try and take it nice and easy in towards that first corner. Don't want any messing around, just going to try and sit on the inside and pray.
Left side.
A lot of cars there. Let's try and put the power down on the exit. We've still got at least one car on the inside who's going to try and really squeeze me off the exit of the corner, but luckily we will just about slot back in, so I don't think we've lost, I don't think we've gained anything. Someone's gone from 17th to 11th there. That must have been a phenomenal start by them. So we head up in towards the second chicane here on lap 1. Hopefully we're going to actually make it through this time. Someone else has run a bit wide. Back end just gets a little bit loose and lively. You see someone rejoin the circuit just on the exit of the corner there. I think, yeah, the guy that started P17 clearly wants to be very, very aggressive early on in this race. But the slipstream, like I said, is basically everything in these F4 cars. Is can we try and get a run off the corner? Just see the green car run a little bit wide out onto the gravel. We're going to have someone else, I think that's with a slowdown in a Golf livery. So there is plenty going on at the start of this race. Again, we'll probably just sit back for now, side by side, down in towards the Ascari chicane. I think the 2 car just wanted to back out of it, so will I. Once again, you know, that's going to be a 1x. A little bit frustrating, but hey-ho, not too much to worry about. Yeah, we've just got to try and keep it clean and tidy early on here. You know, the F3 race yesterday proved there will be plenty of chaos as well. So it's just about trying to pick and choose your battles here, as of course we aren't one of the fastest cars in this split, so we are just going to have to be sensible with it. How much iRating is the guy behind me? It's only got 2k, of course. We need 5 iRating today if we want to make it up and over the 2k threshold, so that is going to be the big goal for us. And if we finish where we started, we would comfortably have enough to do so as we head back down towards turn 1. We are at the 1 spot though, 48 iRating if we were to finish here, I would absolutely take. As they go side by side still back down towards turn 1. Yeah, just don't want to risk anything, but I am very wary of the guy behind there as someone hops over the curbs. Probably going to get a slowdown, and that might be us up into P6 then. Let's just wait and see. Sometimes, of course, you can manipulate the slowdowns quite a lot, but we'll try and get as much draft as we possibly can. We'll slot back over towards the racing line, up through Curva Grande we go, and now he's definitely got a bit of a slowdown. So we will inherit P6 then of this race. Again, it feels like you can take a bit more curb in the F4 car, whether it's just the way I'm driving it or what, I don't really know. But yeah, there are some subtle differences still, of course, between this and the F3, as you'd expect by cars that are 10 seconds a lap different. But braking points are marginally longer through most places. And then, of course, a lot of the time you lose is just down the straights. But very, very good fun still. You know, I think iRacing really has sort of got the knack now around their lower formula cars. You know, you don't really get an experience like this anywhere else. But we need to try and keep in the toe of the Alpine car in front. I'm a bit worried, though, that the guy behind is probably going to be a lot quicker than me there, as that was nice and tidy through Ascari that time. But saying that, he does drop back slightly there, so maybe he has got good pace when he's getting it hooked up, but perhaps consistency is what Steen is lacking here as we head down in towards the final corner. Of course, only 20-minute races in the F4, probably the shortest races we'll do this season. I'm not really a fan of the 12 or 15-minute sprints that you get still in a couple of series, mainly just because they're a fantastic way to hemorrhage SR. But of course, D-licensed racing nonetheless is not brilliant in the IRL4. You know, any 4X is probably going to send your SR to the shadow round, but 58 iRating now if we were to finish here. Let's just keep our head down. Of course, almost 150 miles an hour by the time you get down towards turn 1. Again, just try and keep it nice and easy on the brakes there. You really don't want to nudge the brake actually through turn 2. I'm learning. You're better off just coasting it through because it does like to upset the rear end. Definitely looks now like Maxim just up the road is out of the slipstream, so it might just be that we all start to bunch up there. Stin as well seems to have dropped back slightly as we head on to lap 4 of this race. Not even 6 minutes into the event just yet, and you can see just how powerful the slipstream is there. Nearly, what's that, about half a second quicker than we were able to do in qualifying. So we'll try it second gear through the first couple of turns. No, it doesn't really make much difference there as well. Just nudge the wheel and the gravel on the exit. That's not going to do us any favours, but if these two start battling soon, then maybe, you know, a battle for P4 could be on the cards here. Oh, slow car. Oh, what's going on? There's cars everywhere, and suddenly we've gained, I think that's 2 spots at the very least through there. I've got no idea how Maxim managed to loop it round there. Clearly just panicked behind the other cars, and now suddenly this has become a battle for the podium between myself and Benjamin, and I definitely feel like I've got some solid pace over the Alpine livery car. It is Oscar Piastri's F2 car versus the car he probably could have driven in Formula 1. So that's going to damage the floor. That is definitely another off track. Oh, that one might come back to haunt us later on in the day now. If we have damaged the floor there, we might struggle a bit for top end speed, but yes, suddenly now our battle for the podium is on the table, and I think we have got away with it. Car still seems pretty quick down in towards Parabolica as we try and attack the curbs nicely on the way in. A lot of people are trying to really get the shortest run off the corner, but I like to let the car just sort of drift out a little bit and then bring it back over there, as now we're going to be right in the wheel track to Benjamin as we head back down in towards the first corner. And surely now we're going to be close enough to try and go for a move here. Get all over him, pretty much sit under that rear wing, pull out of the slipstream at the very last moment. And then this is going to be a battle on the brakes.
He's still there.
Make sure we give him room.
Clear left. Sweet pass, mate.
There we go. Slot up now into P3 then of the race. But, I mean, this is not going to be over. Benjamin surely, of course, now with the tow, we know how important it is around Monza, especially in these lower powered Formula cars. I mean, this thing's got, what, about 200 brake horsepower, slightly less if I remember correctly. And yeah, I mean, you're not going to be able to pull away with that sort of power when they've got the slipstream. It is just a case of push through the corners or hope they make mistakes, as we made a little bit of a boo-boo going through the second chicane. We live to fight another day. Don't run wide there. We've got to really avoid the 1Xs as well. We need some SR. As I think already, Ben might be able to get a run back on me as we head down in towards Ascari here. Not going to worry too much about playing defensive just yet. I mean, we're not even halfway in to this race. You can see he has got a bit extra top-end speed, but not quite enough there. As Ascari is still one of the only corners I'm really struggling to sort of hit the marks. You can just see a little bit out wide through the mid part, and you can just see how much of a help that gives him just behind us, you know, focusing on my mirrors. Again, we'll just slot back over to the racing line. If he wants the inside, we'll let him have it. I'm not trying to break the toe or anything cheeky like that, as there is a battle going on at the front of the field as well. Benjamin will think better of it. Clearly wants to run off the corner. And we, again, you know, this is still early doors. Not too worried about it, as Andy and Julian are going to continue to battle. You know, we've just got to try and still focus and work together here. It's kind of just formed into battles of 2 by 2. So here goes Benjamin again back down in towards the first corner. He's got a bit more speed than we had on him. Who's going to be later on the brakes. We're actually pretty even, but I'll let him have it.
Come on, man, defend harder.
Let's just work together. See if we can get closer to those top 2. Oh, that time round, Ben don't get the run out of Ascari there. We really did nail it that time. It's all about trying to launch the car over the curbs on the way in. And are we going to be able to have a look to the inside down in towards the final corner? It looks like we should be able to make the move. I'm sure he'll just back out of it and want to get the run off the turn. Again, you know, I don't think either of us are really going to have the pace to close up to those top 2. Gap is staying pretty level, but we're just kind of enjoying this battle we've got going on at the moment. As we are, yeah, just over half distance now. He's really trying to force me towards the white line. I mean, we can't go much further left than this, mate. Come on. Oh, loving this back down towards someone, though. Once again, is he going to be able to get later on the brakes?
He's still there. Clear right.
Just back in behind us. That was a lot of curve that time round from him. But, you know, I'm not really too worried about sitting in behind him for now. We may as well just study how he gets on with it. And then, of course, focus on going for a move right in the 9 stages. I think we all know what's about to happen again as we head down towards turn 1. Got 4 more laps to go of this race. And we are, again, back in the wheel tracks. With Ben just in front of me. I mean, if we've got an opportunity to send it, of course, we're going to try to. Oh, he's going to go defensive this time. He's getting a little bit worried about us then at this stage of the day. It's all contact between the front 2. Luckily, we're going to keep it a bit cleaner than that. So we'll just attack the sausage curbs a bit too much on the exit. The top 2 then. I think Andy was the one that went off. And I'm sure if he's got a slowdown, he'll just be trying to make sure he keeps hold of it and stays in the slipstream. Not too sure why Ben's saying thank you, unless he actually meant that sincerely. I always worry, I guess it's just me that thinks it's sarcasm whenever anyone puts that, but sometimes people can genuinely mean it. That was close. Oh, don't do that, Matt, as top 2 are still battling out. Let's just sit behind him and see if they are going to start losing more time as the elbows are coming out. The gloves are off at the front of the field. We could still be in this. Oh, I thought there was contact there for just a moment, but I think they both got out of it once more. The top 2 are definitely, yeah, costing each other more and more time. I've just made it quite clear to Ben that I'm not going to try and make a move on him just yet. Still got 2 more laps to go after this one. But we could get closer here, as I'm just a bit worried about Mitchell behind now in the wheel tracks. This could end up being a 5-car scrap, as the top 2 still side by side. We need to try and make sure this works out for us. As yeah, Andy and Julian still at the front of the field, costing each other so much time, surely. Gap now down to less than 2 seconds between Benjamin and those top two, but here comes Mitchell as well. As we head down in towards the final corners, he's got a lot of iRacing, so I'm sure he would love to try and get involved right at the very front. And I mean, all these cars have got so much more iRated than me. We really are just out of our depth at the moment. As you can see, top two trying to break the toe. Leader's not trying to pit now, he's just using all the pit lane entry. As are we going to see Mitchell get a run back down towards turn 1 here? Yes, he is. And again, I don't think it's worth really us fighting these things this still early on in the race. We'll just let him have it. Or we can just see how much the top two are costing each other, though. Because again, I just want to make sure that we're right there at the very end. As there's blue flags now in the way as well. 2 more laps to go. And this is starting to get a little bit chaotic towards the end of this race here at Monza. I'm hoping this lap car gets out of the way for me as well. Fingers crossed he will. Looks like he's going to sit off the line. Thank you very much. So yeah, definitely made a bit of a mistake down at turn 1. But, I mean, we had a 4-car scrap for P2 in the VRS race we did a couple of days ago. This could be a 5-car scrap for the win here in the IR04, as we almost, well, 1.5 laps to go. Are we going to see a replica of Monza 1969, of course, where we had, what was that, 5 cars separated by 7/10 of a second? And I mean, Benjamin is getting closer and closer to Andy at the front of this field there. I mean, they're just battling each other so hard, weaving this way and that. We've now got effectively 2 little battle packs, and I'm just trying to sit back and pray that we're at the right place at the right time, as that's not going to do me any favours. Down through Ascari, 3rd instant point of the day. Throw the car off the curbing on the exit, but now I think they are in the slipstream there. 3x today for me is not particularly brilliant, but 1 more lap to go after this one, and we could still finish 5th. We could still win this thing. That's just how crazy it's getting late on in this race there as well. You can just see top two again rubbing wheels out of the final corner there. Is that going to allow Benjamin to try and get a run as they head back down towards turn 1 here? This could be one of the craziest finishes I've ever seen on iRacing there. As you can see all of them slotting back down. Oh, there's contact, plenty stuff going on. They're almost 4 wide back down towards turn 1, and I'm just sat back, hopefully just going to watch this one unfold in front of me and pray that we're at the right place at the right time. Oh, very, very deep there down at turn 1. Oh, that might just have cost me a little bit as we try and put the power down on the exit. I think there is a little bit of contact going on as well, though, at the front of the field, and somehow it's still Andy that leads the way here. But I just need to calm down. We need to focus on making sure we're still at the right place to pick up the pieces when it all inevitably does kick off. Is everyone just trying to break the toe and go defensive on each other? Oh, no, no, no! No! Oh, that's so bad by me. Make sure we still recover and hang on to our 5th place there. Oh, just dip the concentration slightly. Oh, no. Oh, I'm so intrigued to see how that front 4 is going to end up at the checkered flag there. Luckily, it hasn't really cost us a place, I'll be honest. I don't think, you know, we kind of got carried along in that battle, to be fair, and yeah, just got a little bit overconfident on the brakes there. I was a little bit worried about where Mitchell was going to end up, and I mean, they all could still come together down in towards Ascari there nonetheless, but yeah, we've thrown away the potential for a podium here, unless, of course, something does kick off. Thought that was going to be a warning then, that someone's definitely gone through the gravel trap, though. As it was Benjamin in the Alpine liveried car there that clearly has gone a bit slower. I mean, you can just see him weaving around down the end of the back straight, and I don't know who's going to win this. I think it might just be Andy, but you could not call it as they head out of the final corner. Let's just have a look then as we get confirmation out of the final corner. It is going to be P5 for us, a decent little recovery drive there to pick up more iRating and push us over the 2K mark. But who's going to win it? It is Andy by just 1/10 of a second there. Julian will come through for P2, Mitchell in P3, and Benjamin in at P4 there. 67 iRating, I will certainly not complain about either. Let's have a look at the final race results, and honestly, I'm quite happy just to finish a race here at Monza, despite the mistake. Well, having a look then at the final race results, it was, yeah, Andy that took the dub by just 1/10 of a second there. I'm guessing Mitchell and Benjamin actually came together down at Ascari. They're a long, long way off at the checkered flag. But 5 instant points for me was not brilliant. We did lose 0.03 SR, but what a battle it was towards the end there. 67 iRating, though, is certainly not shabby. We do, like I said, push ourselves back over the 2K mark. So making progress back to where I feel I belong on the sim there. But I mean, yeah, everyone else in that battle had at least 2.8k, so we really were just sort of hanging out, just way, way above where we should have been. But thank you all so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure you leave a like, get yourself subscribed as well, and we will return very, very soon with more iRacing content.